Hey everyone, John here, and today is another wine and dollies video, and instead of wine, this is mango nectar. It's a little too sweet for my taste, but you know, it's all we have, so. So yeah, a couple of doll updates. The Barbie Bricks and Beyond event was actually last week, but I only just managed to get the video up like yesterday, so yeah, it was my first time trying to actually do a kind of video like that. So, you know, I'm still learning, but I'm actually quite proud of it, so yeah. The dolls that I did get at the Barbie event, I did fix them up a lot. The first one, I forgot to actually record myself buying it, but I did buy it near the end of the event, and it's the Chinese Empress Barbie. She is on a new posable fashionista body, and yeah, and I did take down her hair and straighten it and everything. But the thing is that she had like very short frizzy curly hair up here, which I guess was meant to make her hat look more filled, but trying to take it down, it just looked really ugly and frizzy, so I cut it all off and I rooted in new doll hairs. So I'm not sure if it's actually Saran that I replaced the missing hair with, but it seems to blend really nicely with her original hair, which I know is definitely Saran. And yeah, I'm very happy with how she looks, because even though I am kind of unhappy with the general copy and pasted Asian girl doll that they currently have out, I am trying to collect more of the ones from my childhood that were kind of too expensive for me at the time. And yeah, so she's definitely one of them, and I'm very happy that I got this Asian Chinese girl. So yeah. My model of the moment, Marissa. I straightened out her hair and combed it out, and I also put her on a artsy or Nikki swapping styles body, and it came with like a ring hole, so I put in like a kind of jewel there, and yeah, I'm not sure like what kind of body she actually matches, because her face is a bit too light for fashionista Nikki, but it's too dark or orange for the regular LA tan skin tones. So yeah, but I'm actually very happy that I got her, because I remember being like 11 or 12 and reading about the new model of the moment doll line and being like, wow, this is such a beautiful set of dolls. They all have like really different features, and Marissa has like a really strong jaw and a really prominent nose. But yeah, I think she looks quite pretty, and I'm very happy with how I've managed to restyle her and given her like a new body as well. Also, one of the dolls that I have been having a bit of trouble with is the Mon Circle Simone doll, because when I opened her up from the box, like, her hairband was completely disintegrated and stuff. And even though I did manage to fix it up, I find that like her curls are kind of messy. And I'm not sure if that's just because it's been like years and years she's been stuck in the box and the curls have loosened and gotten a little bit messy. But it's just like, yeah, I just don't know how I would style her, because she has Canecalon hair, like this really thin, dry hair, in comparison to Melody, who had Saran hair and stuff. And even though I am tempted to just like straighten it and try to recurl it, I know that I wouldn't do a better job than this. And I just It's very hard for me to find like a kind of body outfit that suits her coloring because um any kind of outfit that has like a lot of orange in it, even though it goes with her lips pretty well, it does clash with her skin tone. And I feel like putting her in entirely green clothing really makes it kind of bland looking with just like her hair and then her eyes and her dress as well. So she's just been kind of wearing this fashionista dress, but you know it's a half print, which I'm not a huge fan of. And yeah, but and I also switched out Gingerbread House's head with my souvenir Hawaiian girl, and I'm actually really quite happy with how her head suits the body skin tone wise and everything. I did put her in a knockoff Bratz skirt and a Bratz sweater, but I am kind of tempted to like cut her legs up here and just give her like tinier, more in proportion feet. But yeah, otherwise the proportions do kind of suit each other much more than the 12 Dancing Princesses Hadley and Ilsa body did. And I guess I just don't need to fix that up anymore, so yeah. Also, at Barbie Bricks and Beyond, I do know one of the sellers from eBay because I buy from him so often, and I did ask him to if he would sell me one of his eBay listings, but I didn't want to go through bank deposits or PayPal at the time. So I just paid him directly, and he ended the listing and sent me the doll to me directly. So so here is Tangerine Twist, one of my favorite 90s doll sculpts from the time. She has the Nichelle sculpt from the Shani line, and as you can see, her nose is like much bigger, and her lips are very big as well, which I think is something Mattel really doesn't like to use nowadays, and there's a whole lot of issues why, but I'm very happy I got this one. She is from the late 90s, and I remember like really loving her face paint and styling, but I just could not have afforded her at like age like, you know, like 7 or 8, you know. I did put her on a Glam Resort Grace body, but I did switch out her legs with your average Barbie legs from a fashionista, and they do not match her body at all. But I rather have like a matching upper body and a non-matching pair of legs because I can just put them in boots and pants. And yeah, I'm very happy because I guess after Barbie Bricks and Beyond, getting like a bunch of my favorite collectors Barbies from my kind of like late childhood made me realize that it is very possible to just round out most of it. So after that, event, I saw on eBay this listing in Australia that was ending in like 6 hours of this of one of my favorite collector's lines from the early to mid 2000s, which was the Birthstone Beauties line, which had like 12 dolls, and it all had different kind of skin tones, eye colors, and hair, but it all used the vintage Steffi sculpt. And I got Emerald, which was actually on my list because she does have red hair and really lovely like screening. And so yeah, she came to me in her original factory hairstyle, but the back of her hair was just so ratty and it felt really cheap and plastic and like really tough. And so I decided to just soak her entire hair into like hot water and conditioner and just kind of like like straightened it out just so it all kind of matched each other, and so as you can see, it's mostly straight with curls at the end. And yeah, like so she was also on my list of collector's Barbie dolls as well. And yeah, with that all said and done though, even though there's still tons and tons of like mid 2000s and late 90s kind of collector Barbies, I guess the last one that's really on my list now is the 2003 Princess of Japan doll. And so so one of my friends actually ordered her for me for my birthday, and she should be here by either late next week or the week after. And so yeah, hopefully she gets here safely and I can just put her head on a different body by then. But yeah, in other doll related news, my doll package from Audrey's World of Dolls came, and dun 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 dun, here is Generation Girl Chelsea on a fashionista Raquel body. Even though her hair is kind of broken in some places, I decided that I would just rather trade it and straighten it with water than re-braid it to give it like soft curls again. And so yeah, I'm actually quite happy that I found this fashionista dress at Barbie Bricks and Beyond, because I feel like this is something she would wear. And yeah, I'm very happy, but I guess like I just haven't had time to actually take photos because it's always been really kind of dark and raining, and so I just haven't been able to find the time to get like proper pictures of it. But yeah, so now I have 7 out of 8 Generation Girl characters, and so the last one that I'm waiting for now is the Generation Girl Mariko. And so yeah, I'm very happy about that. Also, Audrey's World of Dolls did send me 2 more heads along with Chelsea, and so I got Hawaii event. I got like a late 70s, early 80s Steffi sculpt Hawaiian Barbie. And so yeah, I put her on a Malibu PJ body because the skin tones were the closest I had, and I do like her on this body because of the little hand sculpts and everything. She is missing like a lot of hair, like a lot of hair in the back in terms of rooting, but with the hairstyle this way you can't really see an issue with it, so I've been kind of lazy about rerooting that. And she also sent me a Slow and Style Grace head, but it's in the other room with all my other dolls, and I'm kind of lazy about going to get that. And so yeah, and the last doll that I've got this week was the Oklahoma cheerleader doll. I decided that I really wanted to get one just because I got Chelsea and Tori, who also use the same kind of face sculpt, but yeah, like when I went to the one store that actually sold the cheerleader dolls, all of them were sold out. Like for months and months and months, they shelf warmed for so long because they were like $25 each for like unarticulated dolls. But yeah, the one time that I actually wanted to go and get one of the dolls and I was willing to pay full price for it, they were all gone. So I had to go to the one in the city in Docklands, and if you live in Melbourne, you know that like going to Docklands is one of the most depressing places to go, just because there's like so little. It's just like there's just like not a lot of people that go to Docklands because it's like really depressing to go to, even though there's a lot of infrastructure and stuff to it. But I did find her, and I was so happy that I got her. But when I opened her up, her hair was just completely greasy, and like you could see glue dripping out from the back of her neck, and like. But the thing is, I was desperate. I just did not want to pay international shipping. I did not want to try to find her on the secondary market. I knew that I had to either get her locally or I wasn't going to get her at all. So yeah. So with the glue issue, I actually had to use the end of a paintbrush and like just scrape out as much glue as I could, and it was just like this disgustingly huge chunk of glue, just like that I had to yank out with like a pair of pliers. Even after that, her hair was still really greasy, so first I tried using dishwashing detergent and just scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, but that didn't work. I also soaked her head in pure lemon juice, which I could sort of feel the grease kind of lifting up, but then her head was sticky from being in lemon juice, so I washed her head again in detergent, but it felt like every time I did wash her hair, the glue was slightly melting, the leftover glue. So I did the one thing like everyone told me to do, which was fill up her head with talcum powder and then like completely like saturate her hair with talcum powder as well, which I did, and I put it into a little Ziploc bag, and I just filled it up with even extra talcum powder to soak up as much grease as possible. After that, though, I left it overnight, and I washed it all out, and even though her head has turned completely hard, the glue I feel has finally settled, and her hair is like completely soft and silky now, which I'm very happy about. I also did put her on a made-to-move pink shirt body, and I'm very happy with the match. So yeah. So that's all my doll updates for now, but I've been trying to work on writing another video just discussing the topic of just like Barbie versus diversity and how Mattel has handled it, but I do feel like a lot of my own personal feelings has been affecting the way I've been approaching it, because as you can tell, I'm not the kind of person Mattel would even think would appeal to, because, you know, I'm like short, stocky, Asian, and like the last couple of years, like there've just been barely any Asian dolls at all, and that if there was Asian dolls, was always like really stereotypically like thin, pale, like mono-lidded dolls, and they often always had like really light eyes or like really light eyebrows, which, yeah, like even though Mattel does put out that kind of effort into diversity, I feel like they're only making a token effort still. Especially if you look at the other doll lines, where Monster High has the two Asian characters, but they often just spout out like kind of really uncomfortably racist stuff, like talking about honor all the time, or getting a lot of their cultures mixed up with like stereotypes. And if you look at Ever After High, the one character that could even be construed as slightly Asian is the villain, and, well, not a villain, but she is definitely more antagonistic than anything, and just, like, I am kind of tired of that kind of story plot where the girl with dark hair and dark eyes is, like, inherently evil, which Mattel kind of pushed with Raquel's role as well in Life in a Dream House. And I just guess that like talking about like body diversity with Barbie, like you can't really do that without talking about racial diversity as well. And it's just like I do feel like a lot of my feelings can taint the subject if talking about it, but yeah, but I do want to do a little discussion about it because I do have a lot of feelings about Barbie and how she affected my self-image, even though I do acknowledge that, a doll can't just give a child, like, a lot of issues. I do feel like a doll has a huge effect on a child, and that Mattel does kind of have a moral responsibility on how they present their dolls and how they present their products and their franchises and stuff as well. And yeah, I guess like part of my anger about Asian representation just kind of bubbled up again after seeing the DC superhero girls line with Katana, where she's like really, really, really uncomfortably like reliant on very stereotypical Asian elements, and that the fact that her first doll is now a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive and not even available like in stores, And so so I've just been having a lot of issues just trying to give a more objective view of Barbie and her mixes with diversity and stuff. And yeah, that's just been kind of being affected by like how subjective I can be when it comes to talking about it. And yeah, and another thing is that my birthday is coming up in about 10 days now, so that's just has a lot of feelings for me because like as a kid I always was like very disappointed in what I got just because of my family situation and how much they didn't approve of my interests and stuff. And so it's just been really hard for me to just deal with my birthday, because that's always just kind of like a yearly reminder of that. And so like with my birthday, like, but nowadays, like, I feel like even though I have surrounded myself with people who understand my hobby, they understand different aspects of my identity, I still find it really, really, really hard to just know what to ask from others, I guess. And I guess like part of me still really, really wishes that I could just ask for a doll and, like someone would get it for me without me even needing to point out what to like pointing out like what dolls to avoid. But another part of me feels like even though people mean well, they can often get me like dolls I don't really particularly like. And so I have a lot of complicated feelings about my birthday as well, especially in terms of dolls, and so thanks for watching my video about trying to get my feelings off my chest and it being vaguely doll related. If you did like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. It means a lot to me that that my feelings, my thoughts, and my interests resonates with others, and that all your comments mean so much to me, and it is one of the things that keeps driving me to make more of these videos. So thank you, and for joining me for another Wine and Dollies.